Human brain is the most complex body organ. It controls body movements, speech, thoughts, emotions, and every process that regulates our body. The way it functions is very complicated, but also very structured. And knowing how the brain works might give us an insight into some of its mechanisms, which we can use to our advantage, for example, to improve our performance. Sure, good preparation is essential to perform well, but sometimes other factors can stand in your way, like feeling nervous, overwhelmed, or distracted. And if that's the case, there are easy ways to get you back on track, such as self-talk. But to make the most of it, it needs to be done the right way. A Professor Ethan Kross, along with his fellow researchers, have proved that how you talk to yourself also matters. In the series of studies, they concluded that using a third-person self-talk increases ability to regulate thoughts, feelings, and behavior in stressful conditions. This method helps to create a psychological distance and look at situations as an observer from far off. In one of their studies, participants had to recall any anger or anxiety-related situations they had gone through and then reflect on their feelings. One group did so by using first-person pronouns I or my as much as possible. For example, they had to answer the question, "Why did I feel this way?" The second group used you or their name as much as they could. So a participant named Jane was answering the question, "Why did Jane feel this way?" After their reflection, the participants evaluated to what extent they were able to distance themselves from emotions and view the situation as an observer. This showed that the group who called themselves by their name had a significantly higher level of self-distancing. Following this discovery, the researchers designed more experiments to test if a third-person self-talk also makes a difference in other circumstances. For example, some participants had to make a positive first impression on another person, and others gave a public speech. Later, they assessed how they felt after, during, and before these interactions. Their findings showed that those who used third-person pronouns performed better, were less nervous during the test, and also perceived their upcoming assignment as a challenge rather than a threat. In addition, they recovered quickly from the social stressors, as they experienced less negative feelings and shame after their task, and in general, they were not so obsessed with analyzing how it went and how it could have gone differently. Another way to boost your performance is to wear the right clothes. Researchers Adam and Galinsky made a series of experiments with the lab coat, where they demonstrated how powerful the clothes we wear can be. In the first experiment, the participants were divided into two groups. The first group had to wear lab coats, whilst the second one wore casual clothes. Both groups completed a test that required accuracy and increased levels of attention, and the results revealed that the lab coat group made less mistakes and performed twice as well. The researchers did another test to confirm the link between the white coats and its symbolic meaning. So this time, the participants were divided into three groups. One had to wear the white coats that were described as a lab's coat. Another group wore the coats which were presented as a painter's coat. The rest wore their regular clothes. However, they could see the lab coat as it hung on the wall. Everyone did a concentration test that required them to identify differences between nearly identical images, and the lab's coat group performed the best. So the white lab coat has proved to have an impact on our performance and increased concentration levels, but only When worn and associated with a doctor, it seems it's a combination of wearing a certain piece of clothing and its symbolic meaning that can make a difference and influence your performance. What about you? Do you know any tips and tricks that are easy to implement and can influence the results right away? Let us know in the comments, and maybe it can become a topic for our new episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!